If you're watching this right now, this video found you at a turning point in your life, and judgment is being cast upon you because all of your hard work, all of your discipline, all your good-heartedness is being rewarded at this time. And this is something that so few achieve, that so many people reach for. And a lot of people reach outside of themselves for this happiness or purpose that they look for. And yet you are someone who has been chosen as a divine messenger, that you are seen as someone who embodies the divine, who looks within and pulls that potential out of them and alchemizes it into their power, their own personal power. And so you are a shining beacon of what's possible, and you are a messenger of the divine, of God, to show people the way. And I see you with so many fans, so many people reaching out to you. They just want to touch you because you feel so magical and so healing. What else do we need to know about this? There's like this judgment, this finality to this turning point. Like there's no going back now. You are past the point of no return. But this is a good thing. What else do we need to know? I see that you carry a lot on your shoulders, that you carry all the weight. Maybe you are a very hard worker. Maybe you've worked hard your whole life. You've only known like labor. But at this point, I see you entering this new way of being that is more about ease. And you're only getting older. And I think this is what's allowing you to take a step back from going hard or going through jobs that just you've outgrown, that are maybe more old school and laborious for you, but you want to move into something that's more aligned with the lifestyle you want to have. And that lifestyle is much easier, much lighter, and less corporate. It's more about like nature. I see you picking up the pieces from your life after feeling like you were cast aside for so long. And you've been diligently and faithfully doing this, knowing that any setback you go through, you can easily just get back up again. And you've done this a few times. But this new setting you're in is really so beautiful. It really allows you to see the beauty in life. It's like you know you're taken care of. Because you are, and that's what I get with the Judgment card as well. Like you are divinely chosen, and favor is being shined upon you. And I see you moving on from this way of being that was so useful for its time, but you've really moved on. You're ready to move on to this new phase of life. And I get that with this Fool card. And they have their bags packed and they're moving. It reminds me of a transient person who goes through life and they enjoy the times of things for what they are, and then they just move on when it's time. And I sense you're feeling the same way, that you're moving on from something and you're so ready. You're so ready for it. You're so beautiful. You worked so hard to get to this point. And I feel like you finally get to enjoy life again. The sun is shining. It's beautiful. I see you working hard in a different way, that you're utilizing your work ethic and putting it towards something that is more fulfilling for you, as opposed to just like getting a paycheck. And that focus onto something that's more aligned is creating this shift where you're at this turning point now because it has no other option to bend to this new way of being, almost like a willow tree, and how it bends, but it never breaks. And that I'm reminded of a willow tree when I think of you and the people in this collective, and how you go through so many storms, and yet you're only made stronger and more and tougher. I would say rigid, but you're really not rigid. But you definitely get much stronger and bigger as you go through these storms. And so I see you taking all these things, all your skills, all your strengths, all your talents, your assets, your work ethic, your values, and you're picking that up and you're moving on to this new life that is so more aligned with where you're going than where you've been. And this has allowed you to plant a lot of seeds, and they've all grown into this very bountiful harvest. And it's because you're just being guided this whole time by this higher power, almost like a messenger coming back from the future to tell you where to go. And this is what this pivotal point in your life is that maybe you've been in this one phase for quite some time, and now you're just ready for that change. And now is that time, whether you wanted to or not. And I think you sense that it's just time to move on. And that's so normal for the year that we're in 2025, as a number 9 year, as well as a snake year. We're just leaving behind things that have served their purpose, that are no longer aligned with this new phase of life that we're all entering as a collective. And together we're bringing this paradigm shift where equilibrium is being restored. And so this is why people who have worked so hard for so long following their purpose, who have experienced setback and delay, are going to receive sudden blessings. And the people who have gone through life taking advantage of others and exploiting them or abusing them are going to face their karmic justice. So it's almost like a full circle moment. Everything is coming full circle. And this is what this turning point is a culmination of. What else do we need to know? Very interesting. You are a portal. I think you realize that now. Or if you don't, I'm here to tell you that. You are the portal. You are the magic. You are the link, the missing link between the physical realm and God. Yes, you're going to be blessed so abundantly in this after this shift happens. And it's going to come in sooner than you think. It's almost like overnight millionaire. And it's going to be a substantial amount of money and wealth that you will be able to help people. And this is why I see you being so highly visible and people reaching out to you, because you are not meant to play small. You're here to fulfill a mission here on earth. And I've already said that you have been chosen. And so you are one of the leaders of the new earth who is going to become wealthy, to serve a divine purpose, to help others, to help heal, and to create a lasting impact that provides for people and communities for generations to come. Because people who fulfill their divine purpose, there's no such thing as death. You are immortal. Even this earthly version of you, this vessel that you're currently in, leaves behind its own footprint. And it goes throughout eternity. And energy just doesn't change. It doesn't go away. It just changes shape. And this is what's happening as this transformation within you, this turning point. And as you grow in visibility, you might feel that people want to attack you or they're going to be threatened by you. And I'm here to tell you to not let it bother you, because no matter what you do, it's not going to please everyone, and you're going to feel the need to defend yourself. So I want you to protect your boundaries and to know that you don't have to argue with people who are intent on misunderstanding you or intent on criticizing you, because you're leaving those people behind too at this time. There's so much that you're leaving behind that just isn't worthwhile anymore. It costs you to keep these things in your life, and you can't keep going on this way, or you just know that these relationships or things or environments need to come to an end so that you can move on. And so this is the turning point you're at, almost like you're at a crossroads to make this decision. And once you do, you'll have your answer and your result. And that's what's going to fulfill this turning point. This portal is going to close behind you. You might want to hold back at this time because of that visibility and the people who misunderstand you, or the judgment that comes from it, or just being afraid of our own potential and the unknown. Just know that I want you to keep going with whatever you're going through right now, knowing that you are being guided, and that what you're leaving behind is probably the hardest thing you've ever done at this point, or maybe things have come to an end that they're on their own, that's just creating an immense amount of grief. And it's easy to want to hold on to things, especially in the physical realm, and we can't take it with us. And that is also applicable to transitions in our lives as well, that we can't take certain things with us. And so death and rebirth are not just about your body dying and resurrection. This is evolution as you go through these new levels and upgrades and ascension. Because the Fool goes through the same thing over and over again, learning things along the way. And I see you doing that you've done this a few times, like at least for the last 9 years, again and again and again. And as you complete this or go on to this 10th year, there's this completion, this turning point from this point on. And life is going to look very different for you for a year from now. Yes, because you're on a brand new path. And you are at the summit of this mountain that you've been climbing this entire time. So now you get to really enjoy the view, knowing that it's so much easier here on out. And that's the turning point that you are experiencing at this time. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this is helpful. If you're ready to claim this message, put 1111 in the comments. Let me know what resonated or any synchronicities. I love to hear it. I love you all so much. If you want a reading from me, or a ritual, or even manifestation tools, spiritual guidance, anything you need, I have it in my shop. That's linked in the description, as well as the pinned comments, including the decks that I use. Otherwise, like, subscribe, follow for more. Your support and engagement means more to me than you could possibly know. It probably helps this channel the most. So I appreciate it so much. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.